Hey there, welcome to the first vlog from me, Stu, and I figured, I was thinking of doing a vlog for a while, doing one maybe one a month, and I woke up this morning and it snowed. It doesn't snow that often where I am because we live fairly near to the coast, near to an estuary, a lot of warm salty sea air, so we don't get a lot of snow. So this was an unexpected bonus. Went for a big hike with the dog yesterday. Can we get him in? There he is. Little cheddar there. About 10, 11 months old. So we're just off on a bit of a walk. Probably not going to be as long as our usual weekend adventures. We're back in lockdown at the moment, so there's not really a huge amount of things to do apart from explore the local areas. So we've just come up a side road now. We're not far away from a motorway, so I live, it's basically almost the middle of nowhere, whilst having the advantage of being right next to the motorway, so you can get to places very, very quickly. So we've come up the side road. We've just hopped over a stile now onto a public right of way. So this is a pathway across privately owned land that the public have got access to, probably based on paths that have been in use for hundreds of years. So we're going, can I get that? Just up there, and then we're going to pick up the road again. So this is just a nice little shortcut, probably save us maybe only a quarter of a mile, half a mile. There's no animals out at the moment due to the weather, or maybe they've gone and huddled away. This path is usually used, this field is usually grazed by sheep. So yeah, I think that'll do us for now. Let me try and get the dog. Cheddar, he's gonna come and see. Maybe he'll try and eat the camera. No, not me. The camera. Look. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're just gonna carry on walking, and maybe if we see anything interesting later on, we'll check back in. Check out that view. This is a couple of minutes from my house. Wow. And that's not the best view we're going to see today. We've just hopped over into another field, and yeah, there's sheep in this one. There's some just over in that field there. This is why it's important to keep your dog on the lead, especially a herding dog like Cheddar. They were bred to herd animals like sheep, cows, that sort of thing. So his instinct will kick in and he will just run after them if I didn't have him on a lead. Because they look like they've got some tasty ankles. He wants to nibble them. Just jump back up onto the lane. Just had a farm vehicle go past. It's fine. There was like a 4x4 little, not quite a quad, but a bit bigger than a quad. I'm not sure what they're called. You need it for this sort of weather. We don't get a lot of weather like this, so people don't have cars and tyres and things like that suited towards it. You go to places like Scandinavia, Canada, they've got vehicles like that because it snows for half the year. Here, you might get a day or two. You might be able to see his muddy paws. Someone's going to need a bath tonight. So we had a bit of rain, stopped now, sun's now out. We've walked through one of the farms, had a chat to the farmer, I know him, friendly. He's given me permission to go and look at Trig Point up on the top of his land. Yeah, so there's a quick update of the view. It's going to get better than that. We're not quite at the top yet, but I thought I'd stop to take in the view. I'm not sure if we can see this side of the hill from up on the top where we're going to get to the trig point. So a trig point is an old style form of mapping the area. Trig, short for trigonometry. Just down there, see if I can point it out. Where's my finger? There. Got railway bridge. And then just to the side of that, where's my finger? Got the motorway. Can't see anyone on there, which is good, because we are in lockdown, and also I suppose it's a Sunday and there's fairly bad weather. I cut short the last little clip because there was someone walking down the hill, and I know some random guy talking to her, making a video halfway up a hill might be a bit weird. Also weird, let me see if I can flip the camera around. Also what was weird is after I was talking to my friend the farmer, there was this lady about 100 meters up the hill, and I didn't see her walking past us, so I don't know if she walked down the hill, stopped, and then decided to walk back up. I mean, apart from the odd farm, there's no houses. I mean, you might get the odd walker, but why would she stop and then go back? I don't know. I'm sure if I was to tell Mrs. Stew about that, she would say it was a ghost, like the old woman in white myth from Supernatural, where they lure men and kill them. I'm sure she'd think it was definitely that. She wouldn't think there could be a possible explanation other than it was a ghost. So I let her walk on, mainly because I didn't want her to overhear me talking to myself, basically. So yeah, I'm going to carry on walking. Where's the dog? I know you haven't gone too far because he's tied up. Where are you? There you go, there he is, chewing on some snow. So I'm going to carry on walking and I'll see you at the top. Hyper focus. Look at him, he's on edge. What has he seen? Oh, hey girls. Look at all those ankles, Cheddar. Come on, let's go. So we're at the top. Why have we walked all this way up here? Well, there's a surprise waiting for us, that's for sure. Someone has built a snowman next to the trig point. I've got a good idea. Hang on, let me change the video around. Yeah, someone's built a snowman. I got a good idea who. I believe it's the children of the farmer who owns the land. And by children, I mean they're all adults. He did say that they were playing up the top with the quad bike and some sort of sled that they've... Oh! Something's just fallen off. Some sort of sled that they've made. So yeah, why would we walk all this way? Well, I mean, it's not that far really. I mean, let me just show you what we've got. Look at the view. Oh, loud bang in the background. I don't know if that was picked up. So according to the maps, this actually isn't the highest point. It's gone out of focus. There you go. Apparently that hill is slightly higher. We're talking maybe a meter or so. but we're right on the boundary of the local areas, so maybe that's something to do with that. Cheddarino there. Oh, something's just fallen off. Don't eat the snowman, Cheddar. There's that view. How about that? So I live somewhere down there. There's that railway bridge again. Down there, it's the estuary. Off in the distance, you can see the Gower. Cool. Wind farms in the distance. The moon as well. I don't know if that's showing up. Awesome. Now that's a big snowman. Now I'm a little over 6 foot. And this is taller than me. He's lost an eye. Maybe some snowman wars. What do you think, Cheddar? Could you eat him? How many times do you have to pee on him for him to fall over? I think we found our thumbnail. Stay up there, Cheddarino. Don't jump down. Little Cheddar Dyer and the 8-foot tall snowman. I wonder if he'll come alive. Do we need to sing him a song? I gave him a treat. He's happy where he is. He's fine. There you go. He's fine. I just wanted to take a couple of pics for the old gram. I think that's what they call it these days. He's fine. He's having a little run round, creating yellow snow everywhere he goes. He's sniffing, constantly sniffing everything. As the animals walk along here, grazing these fields. Plus you've got the tyre marks. You don't know what's going to be on the tyres. That's been picked up and dropped down, and it's just, what an amazing experience for the nose this must all be. So yeah, got some cool photos. This snowman was a nice surprise. Going to start the walk down now. Going to go a different way. It forms a nice loop, so a different way down. There's some interesting sights on the way down, so I might show you those. And maybe anything else of interest. Every once in a while, Cheddar decides that he doesn't want to walk on the lead. He wants to play tug of war. So that's always a bit of a battle of wits. Little horses in the background. He quite likes horses. Whenever he sees them, he'll have a good sniff through the fence, and they'll come over and have a sniff of him. Not these particular ones, other ones that we've seen. Yesterday, slight incident. Let me turn this around. Yesterday, slight incident. We were walking through on another path through a field with a couple of donkeys, and we've done it a few times, and I have carried him through because I don't trust the donkeys. Yesterday I thought, we'll walk, I'll put myself between him and the donkeys, and one of them did a sneak attack, ran up behind me, and he tried to stomp on the dog. So luckily I yanked him out of the way and I picked him up as quickly as possible, and I gave the donkey the old, can't see that very well, give him the old, looking like that, and I don't think the donkey cared. He just wanted to trample the dog. And one of my colleagues in work did tell me that I did mention donkeys before, and he's grown up with horses, and he said, they will try and trample a dog. And I know if we go through there again, I'm definitely carrying him the whole way. So it's not worth the risk. They don't bother me, but I'm not right on the ground. So he's having a good sniff around now. So we're gonna where is he? There he is. He's having a good sniff around. So we're going to hop over the fence again and then continue on our journey. Before we continue, this might be a good opportunity to test his recall. So I've been trying to train him. So what I'll do is I'll get the lead and I'll just click it like that so he recognises the noise. And oh, there you go, he comes over to me. Fantastic. I don't know how I'm going to do this now, and then just need to clip it onto his. He does like to try and bite me. Let me put this down a second. There you go, he's clipped back on, and the reason why he comes back is because what I do is, and he knows if they're in my pocket, there you go, I give him a little bit of a malt wheatie. So that's one of my, give him another one just so you can see what it is. Little, hang on, need to show them. Look, see a little bit of cereal, breakfast cereal. It's my breakfast cereal, but it's very good for dogs. Good bit of fibre for him. Little treat for him, and that good recall. Just noticed his name tag is missing. That cost about 13 quid. Gutted. So I'm going to have to buy a new one of those. Oh well, unless it's in the house or something. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to jump over the fence and then, oh, I can open the fence. That one will open actually. Jump, climb over it or through it, whatever. And then we'll continue back down the road. Coming up to a steep little hill. It's very slushy underfoot. It is very steep. I can feel it in my knees. It's one of those hills that it might actually be easier to walk down, easier on the knees anyway, to walk down backwards. It's the pooch. We'll share the diet himself. Just want to make sure I don't fall. Now, the reason why a lot of it is snowy and a lot of it is slushy, I mean, I suppose obviously it's the sun is melting some of it, but there's loads of springs around here. These whole hills are littered with springs and streams and wells and whatnot, and so you will get often, especially after it's rained, you'll get little streams appearing on the roads themselves. And if the road or the track isn't looked after very well, you'll see part of it getting washed out and eroded away by the little streams as they appear. Look at him, he's loving it. He's loving it. He's lost his name tag. I know what's happened. Someone has clipped, when they've gone to clip his lead onto him, they've clipped it onto the little ring that his name tag goes onto, and then he's pulled and it's broken it. I know that because I've done that before. So the next name tag that we get will be name tag 4, I believe. I do have one in the house that I made from a washer, and I just used a little engraver to engrave his name and our number onto it. So that's the emergency tag. We can use that. Little stream there passing under the entrance to a field. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. You come in? Come on. Come on. Just needed to give him a little gentle tug. Just a little bit of persuasion. And he'll follow. Come on. We've got quite some way to go yet. I can still hear the sheep in the background. We've just passed a couple that were walking up. They asked for basically where the highest point was, so I told them which way to get to. I mean, it's only straight up and through one of the gates, and then there was a couple of lads walking behind them, and there you go, there's the sheep again. I don't know if you can hear that, if the microphone picks it up, but they're like guard dogs, I suppose. you walk past, and no, the sheep are gonna start bleating and shouting. Yeah, so let's turn the camera around and show you the road. So here's the road, as you can see, still covered in snow. These roads don't get used very often, and looking at the vehicles on the, where have I passed now? I've passed 2 houses on the way back down. I think they're owned by the family of the farmer I was talking to earlier, and they're not, most of their vehicles, their cars, aren't the sort of things you would use for going across lanes like this. As I said earlier, it only snows like this maybe not even once a year. I mean, this is rare for this area. On the mountains up there, yeah, they usually get snow, but down here we're so close to the sea air and the estuary that it's very rare that we get it. It's days like this are the days that people will remember. They'll be like, oh, years from now, they'll be like, oh, do you remember when it snowed during lockdown? I'm like, oh, that'd be amazing. Like, there's still a day that me and Mrs. Stew refer to as Snow Day, when it snowed after we first started going out. And this was, oh, this must be nearly like 20 years ago. And it was actually her birthday, and I was staying over. Her parents were away. I was staying over, and it's very heavy snow. And we took the dogs down the field. Had a great laugh. But we always refer to it as Snow Day. We never say, oh, do you remember when it snowed on your birthday? It's just like, do you remember Snow Day? What a view. What a view. Yeah, so I thought, let's turn the camera back around. I thought this year maybe I should do some vlogs. Just one a month. That might be interesting. Just whatever I'm doing that particular month. And at the moment, as I said, I'm exploring the area with the dog. Because we're in lockdown, so you can't really go anywhere. There's nowhere really to go, because anywhere interesting is shut, and you're not even allowed to travel to somewhere more interesting. Like, for example, there's plenty of beaches nearby, but I'm not really allowed to travel there. My watch has just vibrated, so that's the 10,000 steps done. It's only 2:30. Yesterday on the hike that we did, I did about 18,000 steps. Lots of sheep up there. Fortunately, the little dog can't see them, otherwise he wouldn't want to walk. You can probably hear them and maybe smell them, you just can't see them. The hedge is too thick. Yeah, so I thought, let's do some vlogs. Whatever interesting thing happens. Maybe later in the year there'll be some theme parks open. Maybe I could take a trip down to Oakwood or something. That's my local park. Who knows? So we've done the loop, we've made it back onto, I'm not going to say main road, but we're back onto the first road where just before I hopped the fence the first time onto the footpath where we saw the sheep right at the beginning of the video. So we're further on down the track now, about maybe 1/4 mile from where we started, but I'm not going to go back that way. I'm going to go a different way because I don't like repeating my trips. I don't like going back the same way I came out. It's snowing again, you know. It's coming down. I don't know how you can see that. You can probably see it offset against the tree. It's I'm in a puddle. It's coming down quite heavy. And it's fairly cold, so you never know. It might stick. strange. One day of snow is quite rare. 2 days of snow, that almost never happens. Duck down. We're almost back. This is a public right of way through the churchyard. Some of the paths that lead here, I've looked on maps, and they're hundreds of years old, older than many of the, well, most of the houses in the village. Some of these stones, ancient. I mean, not ancient. A couple hundred years old anyway, at least. Whoop. Cheddar knows the way. Coming down to the part where we sometimes see horses, although they're not going to be any out in this weather, I wouldn't have thought. Usually they'll come and meet in by the fence. Occasionally they will block. They will block the path, and no, I'm not forcing my way into a field of horses. Just down there in the distance, in the on the marsh, I think that's where it was. There used to be a church there, possibly 1,000 years old. They took it apart and rebuilt it back in the National Outdoors Museum in St Fagans, just near Cardiff. Looks pretty cool as well. So I figure it's gonna, oh, it's a bit muddy. Oh, come on, Cheddar, let's see if we can go through that without getting too muddy, and if I can video it. No, he's trying to find a safe passage. Come on, Cheddar. There you go. He's filthy. He's going to need a bath, and then I'm going to have a bath. Watch a bit of YouTube in the bath. I've got a few old tablets, so the tablet I use for watching videos in the bath is now the tablet I first used when making videos. Is one of those snoot holes I was talking about. One day he's going to shove his nose somewhere where there's something that bites back. You live and learn. You live and learn. So yeah, this is my first ever vlog. Hope you found it interesting. If nothing else, we've seen some beautiful views. Yeah, so I'm hoping to do one of these a month. I don't know what each one's going to be. Maybe it'll just be me and the dog, if that's all we can do. Which, I mean, I don't begrudge it. I mean, it is what it is, you know. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and there's people dying all the time from it. And as you know, I got ill just before Christmas, and I wasn't that bad with it. But even though I didn't get that ill with it, by the end of the quarantine period, I was really tired. I was exhausted. And then even physically, I was fine. But mentally, after I just gone back to work for the first week or two, come the afternoon, I was mentally exhausted. Yeah, so just completely losing track, forgetting things. Just brain fog is what they call it. Apparently it's quite common. So yeah, I'm physically, mentally fine. Well, mentally fine. As fine as I've always been, I suppose. Dog's fine. Probably a little bit cold, but he'll soon warm up when we go in the bath now. Once I wrap this up, I'll message Mrs. Steele, tell her to start running the bath. We're only about 5-10 minutes away from the house. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know, and I'll do another vlog really soon. Bye! What is muddy paws? Looks like you're wearing socks. Not that he would wear socks, he would take them off and chew them like he does with mine. There's that little bridge that we pointed out from the top. I'm not going to say it's bigger, because it's not, it's the same size, it just looks bigger. That's perspective, that's how that works. So, still got him on the lead. This is private land after all. We are allowed to walk through it. There is a footpath, a public right of way. That's fine. But basically, you're allowed to walk from one gate to the other, and that's pretty much it. Keep your dog on the lead, because there are often animals, usually horses, in this one. You might be able to hear the traffic in the distance. That's the motorway. We're about to have to spin round there because the dog tried to. Hey, Mr. Stark, do you remember that really old film where they're on that like ice planet? And yeah. So we've been. He tried to do that Empire Strikes Back, Battle of Hoth move on me. Yeah. So I think that definitely wraps it up. So I'm going to say bye. Cheddar's not going to say anything because he's a dog. And dogs don't talk. So anyway, until next time. Bye. Actually, let's keep filming because this is really slow, really slippery and muddy and snow. And I've got a dog. I'm slipping as it is. And the dog is probably going to pull me, and if he does, it'll be like water skiing on snowy mud. So as you can see, look, that's me sliding. So perhaps it's worth videoing in case I end up falling on my backside, which should be quite funny. Not for me. We made it. Phew. He didn't pull. Okay. I think this little spot would be a good opportunity. I can let him off. I can let him off the lead. Oh, my thumbs are cold. I've got a glove on one hand, but the one I can see someone in the distance, so I'm going to wrap it up here.